Hello, everyone. We saw a pretty good rebound overall in the market. Good volume in the NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange. My price volume BOP surge scan surged to about 300 stocks. But tell you what, this is some pretty choppy, wild, volatile trading, and I'm 100% certain here. It's best to you know, take it nice and slow here. Don't be too bullish. Don't be too bearish. Every index looks pretty bearish outside of the NASDAQ 100 and NASDAQ. So it's nothing great. It's nothing good. But this is some weird volume. We rallied here off the July lows on lower volume and we rolled back over with volume increasing every day, but just barely. Nothing capitulatory. And then we rallied today. Big bounce off support and volumes. About same as yesterday. Not just a little bit higher, nothing much more. So it's kind of weird. It's odd trading to say the least in the overall market. But bottom line is most of these market averages are under neutral conditions. It was a nice bounce off the 200-day moving average, the Russell 2000. Closed below it, switches this one to a sell signal, but we might need to add it to also go below 1205. We'll see. It depends on the volume and velocity of the selling and the kind of intraday action if and when it possibly does go below the 200-day moving average. But the NASDAQ still neutral condition, even though it's back above the 50-day moving average. This is just too choppy for me to even consider moving. But the NASDAQ 100 still stays under a buy condition, so quite a mixed array of signals. The one positive today that was really good to see, the Dow Jones Transportation Average, excuse me, big, large rebound outpacing the general market, and so that's a good sign. If the Dow Jones Transportation Average can try to lead us higher, we get another update and follow through day, I won't hesitate in hunting for new long signals. But I have to admit, excuse me, the charts out there just continue to not look good overall. Even tonight, Twitter after hours, it gapped up 10%, and the last time I checked on it, it was down a little over 1%. So it's that kind of movement on earnings where it looks like that the earnings release are the top. Like if you look at Amazon and Netflix, they haven't done much. Apple post earnings isn't looking good. Google with the reversal it's shown. There's a few stocks that are holding up well. Juniper, for instance, kind of a good base. I like the BOP action to go along with the volume, and that's good to see in the overall market. QLIK post earnings, excellent. It's holding up. I like its BOP also. LOGM also holding up. And remember, I considered it as a potential long signal yesterday, but in this market, with as far away as the 50 and 200-day moving averages, and considering how it reacted the last time it looked like it was going to rally and then just went nowhere, I decided to pass on it. But LOGM continues to look great. And CMG, while BOP never really gets too high on this one, post earnings it continues to do very well. So there are some bright spots out there, but there's still a lot of poor action post earnings. For instance, CYNO, it's an end of day 50% sell signal. And what I guess I would do here with this one, which is pretty crazy, is no matter what, a move below 36, 32, you should be out 100% of Sino. Unfortunately, I had two sell stops. I had one here around these lows, and then I had one right here. So this low day was one sell stop, and then one sell stop was here, I believe, below 36.79 then. Unfortunately, intraday, it moved below 36.79 and, of course, rallied well back to close above it. But that knocked me out of all a Sino. Guess I should have kept two on. Oh, well, market's not acting right. I don't feel bad being out of a stock that looks like this now. And then also HRTG. Looks like it might be topping, so half of my first half of whatever remaining shares I had on it, my sell stop was below 24.44. It moved below that intraday and actually closed decently below it, but it's another intraday tail. My last sell stop is below these lows right here. I think it's this one right here, this low a day right there. So that's my final sell stop on HRTG. But the bottom line is things don't look good, and that's why with some signals tonight, no way we're going long. JAZZ, breakout to new highs on heavy volume, pocket pivot point signal, pre-perfect speculator scan, quality stock, or maybe perfect speculator scan, I don't remember which one, and can some quality. But earnings are on the 3rd or the 5th, either way. With it being up over 4% on the day, I have no interest in it. WBA, Walgreens. This stock looks very good. Pocket pivot point signal. Once again, it's too far away from the 50 200-day moving average in this kind of tape, and BOP's going the wrong way for me to want to get long, but it was another good one. Data, I believe Data has earnings tomorrow. Don't know if it's before or after the market closed, but this was a pretty good signal. But it's not going to help if it gaps down because of earnings, but it could gap up. RGR also buyable signal from the pre-perfect speculator scan. Unfortunately for us, earnings were actually this evening, and they did good. So it's actually gapping up to a new 52-week high. It's gapping up above 60. I think last time I checked on it, it was 60.14. So it's doing very well. And then DVAX, I love the base it's building here. Nice consolidation sideways, but earnings are on the 5th, so it's not even a consideration. OXM earnings are well out of the way off 50-day moving average, but not enough of a volume or a BOP surge for me to want to buy this particular move at the 50-day moving average when we're still below even the most recent resistance level. We're not even above that level, so not really that interested. And then PF also at the 50-day moving average. Not really that interested. If we were breaking out maybe above this recent high, then I would be. But for now, there's no whole lot out there. The only thing that is out there, now remember, yesterday I said the best long signal was ANIP. At one point intraday, it was up 4%. It only closed up 1.90% and basically closed pretty close to where it opened. So, you know, it's just not a good enough chart pattern, but it's good to see that one work in LOGM, which makes me go ahead and be okay with our new long signal. Very speculative. I'm not giving it out to gold members, even though those that have a gold membership, even though this is a CanSlim quality stock, because it's under $10. It only averages like 20. What is it average? Like 26,000 shares a day. No, that's what the volume was today. Jesus Christ, this thing only averages 11,000 shares per day. So obviously this is a limit order only stock, 909 with a buy stop limit order at 910. I do not want to pay more than 910 for it at all, period, because of this market. And you can set up your sell stops below the low a day, 860, and then your final one below 840, or what I'm going to do is 828. So 828 will be my final sell stop. I'm only going to do 1% of my account capital in this one, and in fact, that may be too much. I may have to look and see how it trades and what the bid ask looks like, and then decide if I even want to do that much, because that's, you know, still a lot of money to actually put into a stock that's like this. So I'll have to think about it. But ICCC, technically 1% long signal. Nice volume surge, nice BOP surge to a higher green BOP level from already green BOP. Previous green BOP in the stock chart, and it's been in a long uptrend since the October lows. Actually goes back further to the May lows, and it's just really, really, it's choppy because it's thin, but, you know, the uptrend's there. But, you know, this looks like one that I might want to try just in case the market continues to bounce. It's speculative, and it gives me more of a momentum possibility to the overall pattern that I can get in a higher price stock that's more liquid. So we'll see. But 1% first sell stop below 860, final sell stop below 828. If it doesn't work, no big deal. I don't recommend anyone actually taking this trade. I'm just letting you know that I am taking this trade in the morning as long as it doesn't gap up above 909. And if it does trigger a buy signal, I will not be paying more than 910 for it. But that's it. Is there anything else I want to go over? Yes, there is actually. There is one sell that I want to buy back. ICUI. I should have put half the sell stop below here and the other half here. But after it moved up a second day, I raised it to the low a day of 96.56. Unfortunately, it undercut that on the 27th, and it's rallied back today on heavier volume. Even though BOP's going the wrong way, it isn't falling enough. So I'm putting a buy stop just above 99.74. So if it hits 99.75, I will have back my ICUI shares that I just recently got shaken out of.